What's up, guys? JP back at you once again for day number
4
of the 12 days of Hack and Slash Miss.
Dude, you can't just change the title in every single vid.
You didn't like Slaughter Miss.
Okay, but we're 4 videos in now. We just gotta like pick something because it just looks bad on us, you know?
Hack and Slash Miss?
Nothing's
It
Hack
rolls
and Slash
right off
Miss.
the tongue.
No, it doesn't. You probably can't even spell that.
H-A-C-K, little and sign, S-L-A-S-H-M-E-S.
Okay, whatever. Whatever you want, man.
All
what,
right.
that flicker?
I
Is
think
it a ghost? Okay.
Mr.
Dude,
Ghost!
what happened? What's wrong with the tree?
It's Omaji.
Omaji.
He's gonna get electrocuted
No,
and die.
dude.
Put him back in the freezer, dude.
Not with freezer.
Yeah.
That's not where I keep my cat. I don't keep my cat there. I swear.
Get him out.
I can't.
Introduce him to the people.
Here's a fucking cat, everybody.
What's its name?
I'm a G.
Cool name.
No.
Whoever named it must be awesome. This is Calry
No, dude.
joining me tonight for another Christmas horror review, and tonight's review is none other than Silent Night
Deadly Night.
Part
2.
Deuce. And we have it here on the glorious VHS.
Mm-hmm.
Shh. Sorry. So Silent Night Deadly Night 2 picks up exactly during Silent Night Deadly Night. So Silent Night Deadly Night Part 2 came out in the year 1987. Here, you hold this. My arm's tired.
Bruh.
And this movie is insane. Like, it basically is, like, I would probably say a good 30% of it is flashbacks to Silent Night Deadly Night Part 1.
Yeah.
So it's like stock footage from Silent Night Deadly Night Part 1. And then the like rest of the movie, like 70% of the movie, is a new story. So we're following Ricky, who is the younger brother of Billy from the first film. Mm-hmm. Which we do know he actually did have a younger brother, so that actually kind of made sense. You know what I mean? And he is in a mental hospital, and he's telling a doctor about what happened to his brother, and then eventually the story picks up with Ricky, and he tells the doctor what happened to him and why he's in the mental hospital, and then like kind of the third act is him outside of the mental hospital. Silent Night Deadly Night Part 2 is just a rarity in the horror genre for like the kind of movie it is. So there was actually a podcast, I believe it was Killer POV that did this, don't quote me, but they did a podcast with the director of Silent Night Deadly Night Part 2, who was, I believe, an editor on other films. And basically, Silent Night Deadly Night Part 1 got pulled from the theaters. And we talked about that yesterday. It got pulled from the theaters, kind of got shelved, did decent on home video, and the company who originally owned it sold the rights to another company, or that company absorbed said first company, and they acquired Silent Night Deadly Night as a property. And they hired this editor, and they were like, hey, we have this Silent Night Deadly Night movie, can you re-edit it and like switch everything around to where it's a new movie, and then we put it out and call it something else, and then have make more money on it? And he's like, no. He's like, you can't, no matter where you put the scenes, like you can't really make a new movie out of like an existing movie. He's like, but I'll tell you what I can do. If you give me just this teensy little bit of money, I can shoot like a bunch of scenes and then cut in flashback scenes and make a sequel, and it's probably will sell. And that's what they did.
Right.
They freaking did that.
They did. They did.
So like basically you have the story of Ricky who's telling the story of what happened in the first Silent Night Deadly Night, and we're seeing flashback footage of it. But it's like, it's really ridiculous because he's talking about it as if
he was watching it all happen.
Yeah, but he's a baby. He's talking about it as if like when his parents get killed and murdered and stuff, he's talking about it as if he like remembers it.
Yeah, he's literally like, I was just a baby, and
Yeah.
he just shows the baby, and you're like, oh, okay,
It
I
just
get
shows
it.
this little baby being like a legit baby, like not like a little kid, like a baby that can't have memories like from when he was a baby. And there's even one part where he's telling a story of when his brother kills those sled riders, and it's showing a scene where the sled riders are riding their sleds, and then these two bullies come over and steal their sleds, and then like later they get the bullies get their heads cut off.
Yeah.
And he's like Billy hated bullies, but the dude was nowhere in that he could not have known about that scene with the bullies because he was not in that scene.
And it's not like his brother like went to him and told him all this either. Like that wouldn't have.
Yeah, how would that have happened?
I don't think that could have been a
because
possible.
look, he killed them.
Yeah,
and then he went to the orphanage and got killed at the end of Silent Night.
It would make, like, if they were young, if it was while they were, like, kids and this was happening, but it was actually, like, later on in the movie when Billy's, like, all grown up and he's just going around killing everybody. It's not like he's going back and, like, saying, like,
in between kills, he's like, hey, Ricky, by the way, this happened here.
Yeah.
This has, like, some of the worst flashback, like, continuity moments next to, like, Hills Have Eyes Part 2, which does the same atrocious thing as this movie. But yeah, man, I mean, the flashbacks aside, I love this movie. And it definitely falls under the category of so bad it's good.
Yeah.
But I didn't think it was entertaining really the first time I saw it. I was just like, dude, that movie is so bad. It's so bad. Then on repeat viewings, like, I love this movie. To me, it is absolutely brilliant. It is a brilliant...
Whoa, calm down, dude.
It is a brilliant masterpiece of a train wreck.
Oh, man. I mean, okay, yeah, train wreck, but...
What really opened my eyes to this was, I think, Killer POV had AJ Bowen on their podcast, and he saw this, and he said that Ricky's character, who I believe is named, like, I don't think it says on the back here. It's like something Freeman or something like that. He said is an amazing actor or something along those lines. He's like, what he's doing with his facial expressions is actually really talented. And he was like dead serious when he was saying this. He's like, but it just came off the wrong way. Like he just needed to fine tune it a little bit more. So something. I forget exactly how the conversation went, but they made it sound like AJ Bowen, who's an actor by the way. Like he's like in a bunch of stuff. He's like in The Signal. He's in like Your Next, I think. Like it was funny hearing him talk about this guy. I think his name is like Eric Freeman or something. It's something
related
along those
to
lines.
Jeremy Freeman?
No, but apparently this guy was gone. Nobody could find him for years.
Really?
And apparently somebody did actually find him and then like told him like, yeah, people actually like love you and stuff like that. And I think he did like a convention or something.
Huh.
But like nobody knew whatever happened to this guy until like 2 years ago.
Like I was curious if this guy got other work or anything. Like
this movie like ruined his career, I think.
Well, and I could see, to me, like that eyebrow crap, like I feel like...
But you didn't even notice that until I pointed it out, right?
Yeah.
Once you, like, if you point out to somebody who's watching this movie, look at the guy's eyebrows every time he talks, they will not be able to not notice them the rest of the movie.
Like, I feel like that's something that would be like a theater technique almost for acting, you know what I mean?
Garbage Day!
Okay. I guess you don't know what I mean. Anyway.
Yeah, but I don't know, well, theater, like, I think that's kind of a stupid point, actually.
Why?
Because theater's like far away and you can't really see their facial expressions.
Okay, I don't know, dude. I was just throwing out ideas of what
like
I
this guy could have slammed that idea down and called you dumb.
Dude, go fuck yourself.
Why?
Because I'm trying to look smart here and you're just raining all over me.
Yeah, well, you're dumb as fuck.
No, dude.
But anyway, I love this guy's acting. I think it is hilarious. Thanks to AJ Bowen for pointing that out to me because, like, I can't get enough of him. He's just like, Doc. His like nose just pointed. Dude, it's just so
it just
funny.
goes nose first into like the
into the frame. It's just like It's like Carly's like here, and then like the frame's like cut off here, and it's just showing her face like a cop.
No, but like, and then there's that part in the movie theater, that one guy.
Oh
like,
my god!
He's like,
so
oh,
funny.
this movie sucks, right, man? And then they keep like showing him that he's like, oh yeah. Then all of a sudden, like, it's over. And it's just dude like. Where'd the other dude go?
And the movie theater looks fake. Notice they really don't show like the screen, like it's just pointed at the back wall.
Yeah, like they don't show the theater like in like full span.
Which is another thing that didn't make any sense at all. That they can watch the movie. The movie they're watching is Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 1.
Yeah, just another way to throw more of it.
But it doesn't make sense because it's like, well, Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 1 actually happened.
Yeah, it's not a clever like thing. It's just like
It's so weird. But yeah, I think this movie is just like it's so hilarious. Obviously, everybody knows the Garbage Day scene. But there's so much more gold in here besides just Garbage Day.
Yeah.
Like I absolutely love it, and I think that this movie needs to be appreciated more. Like, this is your first time watch, so I understand why you wouldn't think it was as great as I do.
I mean, like, I really was not into it like the first 30 minutes because it's all the first movie basically. So I think this is
which we just watched.
This is the worst double feature in the world if you want to watch the movie and its sequel, the first movie and its sequel back to back. Like, that's the worst idea ever because like it really, like, I just couldn't really pay attention, and I didn't really have to because I just watched the other movie. But like, when you get into...
Isn't that what I even said? I was like, let's cook first because we don't even have to pay attention to like the first part of the movie.
But then when you get into that Ricky guy, like, it's just like a comedy fest, basically.
But it's played so serious.
Yeah.
It's like, this is not meant to be tongue-in-cheek. This is not meant to be cheesy.
This guy thinks he's evil. He's
it's literally a straight performance.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it's so great. And like, the movie like looks like it takes place on like a hot summer day.
Yeah, which...
And then it gets like kind of Christmassy towards the end.
It's very random. It's just like summer, and then all of a sudden it's like, they're like, oh shit, this is a Silent Night, Deadly Night. Let's put a Christmas tree and make it Christmas now.
Yeah, so when you talk about like how much Christmas is in a movie, like I'd say Gremlins had the most Christmas. Silent Night, Deadly Night had the second most. I'd probably honestly say Super Dark Times had the third most, but then maybe not because there is a Killer Santa Claus in this one.
Yeah.
But it still felt like it might have had more of an atmosphere than this one, because this one really doesn't feel like a Christmas movie until you start seeing it.
Yeah, I would probably put Super Dark Times ahead of this for like just the Christmas alone vibe.
Yeah, and you know, this movie at the end of the day is just... It's just a mess. It honestly is. But it's a fun mess in my opinion.
Yeah.
And I think that it has some really funny, cool moments. And I really like it. So if I was going to rate this movie, I think it's a really badly made movie. I honestly do. Entertainment value is very high for me. Like, this is one of the more entertaining movies in the third act to me, personally. Like, I love the third act of this movie. I just think it's great.
Yeah.
Like, he's just literally walking around shooting people. Like, this guy comes out drinking like a beer and he's like, what the hell's all this noise? Dead. You know what I mean?
was just dead. Like, I was laughing so hard that whole part.
Like, if I could remake any movie, I would remake Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2. But I would just focus on the third act where somebody goes crazy after some horrific event and starts killing everybody.
Yeah.
Like, if you would remake Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, but not ignore Part 1 as if Part 1 actually happened, and you make a legit sequel follow-up, but you remake Silent Night, Deadly Night Part 2, greatest idea ever. Kickstarter, we need to start that, because I want to do it.
Okay.
But I do think the movie's very badly made. Now, when I rate a movie, I do not factor in entertainment value that much. I do factor it in, but I factor it in little, because I think that entertainment value is completely subjective, while bad lighting, bad acting is a lot less subjective. You know, there's certain aspects of filmmaking that are less subjective. I don't think that's a hard thing to understand. You know, I think that's a fair statement that certain things are more subjective than others. And I think that I like to consider the less subjective things and put them as a higher priority than the more subjective things being entertainment value. I don't know why I always have to explain the way I rate things, but this film is probably one of the best examples of why I need to do that. And so, in terms of like an actual rating, like how good is the movie, I would say about a 3.5 out of 10. Personally, I would give it like an 8 out of 10. Like if I was just rating on entertainment value alone, which I do not do, and this is why, because you end up with shit like this getting 8 out of 10s. And I would never do that. So I'm not saying it's an 8 out of 10. It's a 3.5 out of 10. But I love it.
Okay, well, I don't know. I guess, like, I do the same thing where I try to, like, put all the different aspects together when I do a rating. Like, I don't want it to just be my entertainment or, like, you know, other, like, the quality and things like that. But I think I put my entertainment value in it a little bit more. And I would give this a 5.5 out of 10 just because, like, you know, it made me laugh. It wasn't, you know, the first half, like I said, sucks. If you watch the first movie, it's kind of pointless to even watch that first half. Like, it's just, like, dumb. But if you just watch this movie by itself, I say 5.5 out of 10 just for, like, entertainment. And, yeah, I mean, that's probably kind of a generous rating, but, you know. Am I boring you?
What?
Am I boring you?
Yes, actually you are. What did you rate it?
5.5.
5.5?
I just gave a huge monologue, okay?
5.5?
I explained that my entertainment value and, like, the quality, like they're pretty much 50-50
So
whenever
you think this is an above average movie?
Oh, dude, no. I mean, like, for me, it was good, you know? Like, it was funny. Like, if it makes me happy, it made me happy, guys. It just made me happy. I liked it. I explained that the first half sucks. If you
I was all over it, and you're like, it was okay. Blah, blah, I'm Grumpy McGrumpster.
Well, no, it sucks. It sucks if you watch the first movie, like, and then you watch this. Literally, that first half is
To be
pointless.
fair, she does have a point. If you are going to watch this movie, I highly recommend you watch it not after the first one. Like, don't watch the first one anywhere near the vicinity of time frame.
Like, every Christmas time, you basically have to pick which one to watch, basically.
Yeah, like, so if you watch this one this Christmas, you can watch the original next Christmas.
Yeah, because they're different types.
Don't watch both during the same December year.
Yeah, they're like...
And if you're watching this shit in October or another time of year that's not December, shame on you, you're a weirdo.
Yeah.
Because I don't like doing that. I don't know about you, but I keep my Christmas horror in December.
Yeah, I cannot watch Christmas horror. Like, maybe
To be fair, I
Halloween-ish.
did watch like 3 of them this year during October, but that's different because I'm doing them for like reviews and stuff like that.
Yeah, but yeah.
Anyway, that is it for episode day video
4 all around.
4. And if you guys like this video, please
Love me.
love us and leave comments because I actually like the comments.
Yeah.
And also, what do you guys think of Silent Night, Deadly Night Part
2.
And we'll see you guys tomorrow with another video.